Marhaba. Right now we're going to talk about some very important verbs that you're likely to hear in spoken Arabic, and what they all share is that they are hollow verbs, or what we call in Arabic al-fa'al al-ajwaf. And you remember from that video on can that when we're conjugating kana, that was verb that situates things in the past tense, we have that middle vowel alif that sometimes disappears depending on the conjugation of the verb. There are a couple of really powerful verbs in colloquial Arabic that also do this, so we're going to focus on them because they share the pattern pretty much. One of those verbs is يقول, قال. Your instructor might have taught you by now how to say عفوا يا أستاذ كيف نقول العربية, right? How do we say X, Y, or Z in Arabic? Has a waw in the middle. Another verb is يروح, right? أنا بدي روح على الجامعة in Shami, I want to go to the university, or in Masri أنا عايز أروح الجامعة, also with a waw in the middle in the present tense. And finally يشوف, right? To see something. أنا بدي أشوف الفيلم الجديد, right? To see the new movie. Or أنا أشوف رفيقي, I see my friend, for example. يشوف. And you'll notice that they all have that waw in the middle. And these hollow verbs, again, that the identity of that middle vowel is not stable. It's a shapeshifter. It leads a double life. And all of them in the past tense, again in that huwa form, third person singular, have alif. So if I wanted to say I saw the film, for example, أنا, to see, that يشوف in the present tense, but in the past tense أنا, شفت, شافت, right? So I'm going to lose that alif that I have in the huwa form. Remember again that huwa is kind of the default form for a verb in Arabic if I'm looking it up somewhere. It's also important to notice that rah and shaf, these to go and to see verbs, are only really found in colloquial. We're not going to find them in fusha. Qal is also a fusha verb. We sort of share them. So if I want to say he went to the university, huwa, to go, يروح in the present tense, but in past tense, راح, let's say in Masri, راح الجامعة. Or if I want to say I said hello in Shami, right? I could go here. أنا كنت رحت شفت, right? To say أنا قلت مرحبا. There are plenty of hollow verbs in Arabic. We certainly haven't covered them all. And you're going to encounter others. Not all hollow verbs share that waw in the present tense. Two verbs that you're likely to encounter at some point in the present tense would be, for example, the verb for to sleep. If we wanted to say he sleeps, in Arabi we would say yanam, where we actually have an alif as that middle letter. Or if we wanted to say to live in the sense of being alive, right? He is alive, he's living. We could say يعيش, where we have a ya as the middle letter. So as we're learning as we're learning vocabulary, as we're learning new verbs, we're going to want to pay attention to any verb that has a vowel as one of its middle letters. But no matter what the middle root letter of one of these hollow verbs, we can use the same pattern to conjugate them in our speech, right? So if we wanted to say he slept in the past tense, we would say nam, or he lived in the past tense, ash, just like these other verbs where the huwa form is shaf, qal, rah, right? They all share that alif in the past tense.